Why do Conrad Health Agency celebrate Women History Month? We celebrate the countless women who have fought tirelessly and courageously for the equal justice and opportunity in our nation for all Americans. We also affirm our commitment to advancing rights and opportunity for women and girls in the United States. Fight for the things that you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ruth Bader Ginsburg became the second female justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. Born in 1933 in Brooklyn, New York, Bader taught at Rutgers University Law School and then at Columbia University, where she became its first female tenured professor. She served as the director of Women's Rights Project of the American Civil Liberties Union during the 1970s and was appointed to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia in 1980. Named to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1993 by President Bill Clinton, she continued to argue for gender equality, in such cases United States versus Virginia. She died September 18, 2020 due to complications from metastatic pancreatic cancer. Ruth Bader, the second daughter of Nathan and Cecilia Bader, grew up in a low-income working-class neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. Ginsburg's family was Jewish. Ginsburg's mother, a major influence in her life, taught her the value of independence and good education. Her mother struggled with cancer throughout Ginsburg's high school years and died the day before Ginsburg's graduation. Bader graduated from Cornell University in 1954, finishing first in her class. She married Martin D. Ginsburg, also a law student, the same year. The early years of the marriage were challenging. As their first child, Jane, was born. Shortly after Martin was drafted into the military in 1954, he served for 2 years, and after his discharge, the couple returned to Harvard, where Ginsburg also enrolled it. The women were chided by the law school dean for taking places of qualified males, but Ginsburg pressed on and excelled academically, eventually becoming a member of the prestigious legal journal, the Harvard Law Review. Later, Ruth's husband, Martin, recovered, graduated from law school, and accepted a position at a New York law firm. Ginsburg transferred to Columbia Law School in New York City to join her husband, where she was elected to the school law review. She graduated first in her class in 1959. Despite her outstanding academic record, however, Ginsburg continued to encounter gender discrimination while seeking employment after graduation. After clerking for U.S. District Judge Edmund L. Palmieri, she taught at Rutgers University Law School from 1963 to 1972, and at Columbia from 1972 to 1980, where she became the school's first tenured professor. During the 1970s, she also served as the director of the Women's Rights Project of the American Civil Liberties Union, for which she argued 6 landmark cases on gender equality before the U.S. Supreme Court. In 1980, President Jimmy Carter appointed Ruth Bader Ginsburg to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. She served there until she was appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court in 1993 by President Bill Clinton. Selected to fill the seat vacated by Justice Byron White, several expressed concern over how she could transition from social advocate to a Supreme Court justice. In the end, she was easily confirmed by the Senate 96-3. Ginsburg became the court's second female justice, as well as the first Jewish female justice. As a judge, Ginsburg was considered part of the Supreme Court's moderate liberal bloc, presenting a strong voice in favor of gender equality, the rights of workers, and the separation of church and state. In 1996, Ginsburg wrote the Supreme Court's landmark decision in United States versus Virginia, which held that state-supported Virginia Military Institute could not refuse to admit women. In 1999, she won the American Bar Association Thurgood Marshall Award for her contribution to gender equality and civil rights. www.camaraderiehealthagency.com. Catch our Women History series on YouTube and Facebook.